Hey guys, we're here at the Motor City Tattoo Expo in Detroit, Michigan, and we're going to bring you some live engraving with our good friend Mike here, who's going to let us lean over him. We're going to show you some of the work he does here. This stand and presentation is brought by GRS.com. That's GRS Tools and Training. These guys bring these engraving setups here, and right now they're doing a side plate for a tattoo machine. We're going to show you a little bit about how this goes down. All right, you want to talk to us a little bit about what he's got set up here and what's going on?
So Mike's using a pneumatic hand engraving machine that we manufacture. All the tools that are on Mike's bench are made in our shop in Emporia, Kansas. Everything's made in the USA. So, but what's happening right now, we have a small air compressor behind the booth, and that's bringing air into this box right here, regulating that air, and it's allowing Mike to figure out exactly how fast he wants that machine to run. What he's doing from there is he's applying pressure to that handpiece, and as he squeezes down on that handpiece, that's what's actually going to give him power. The harder he squeezes on that, the more power it's going to give. So he has full. Mike has full power in his hands at all times, so if he wants to make a light little shade line, like you see he's been doing up here, and again, this is super magnified, you can see he's making these real nice light cuts in here. He can do that, and without ever having to adjust the machine or adjust anything else, he can make these big heavy cuts to take the background out of this. He used that same tool, same settings, to put the gold inlay in on the edge of the machine.
So that's an actual gold inlay.
Yeah, so Mike's using 24 karat gold. It's gold wire. And what he's doing, he went in and he cut a channel. He cut what we call a dovetail. Kind of does something a little bit what that dovetail is going to do is it's going to give Mike a pocket to hammer that gold in. Gold's a real malleable metal, so as he goes in and creates that channel, he can go in and it'll go into the pockets he created. And he'll also make barbs in there to hold that gold in there. He'll take a hammer, again using the exact same handpiece. He might adjust the speed a little bit, and he'll hammer all that in, and then he went through and just cleaned up those lines. You can see they're really precision. All that inlay work in there is super clean.
That's awesome, man. No, it is. It's an incredible piece. We're stoked to have you here at the Motor City Tattoo Expo. What guys got? When did that start for you guys, that you started working with the tattoo industry?
So last year, it was kind of a no-brainer. We've had guys like Mike. There's a guy we work with out of LA, Marked Up. He's a tattoo artist as well. These guys were coming in to the training center that we have, and they were picking it up so quickly. They have all the art already down from the years and years of tattooing. Mike's also a tattoo artist. How long, Mike? 27 years?
33 years.
33 years, I apologize. 33 years of tattooing. He owns a shop, Rebel Image, in New Jersey. And so he found us at a show, actually, at the NRA convention, and sat down, just like we let people do here. And he tried it out, fell in love with it, came out to Kansas, took a 5-day course with us. After he did that, he went home and obviously practiced a ton, fell in love with it. But you know, the tattoo guys, it's such a quicker thing for them to pick up. They already have the hand-eye coordination. They have the art down. Really, it's just a matter of teaching them how to sharpen the tools and hold the handpiece. and they kind of take it from there.
So how many tattoo artists would you say you guys train?
You know, right now, probably maybe 20 or so. It's still a little bit new. You know, we're still getting out, but this is actually our third tattoo show now. We just did the DC Tattoo Expo in January. That was a great show. We had a lot of interest in that. Had a lot of guys sit down. We've had some of the guys from Ink Master have been by the booth.
Like it.
Kyle Dunbar tried it out. We've had some of the veterans of the industry come in. Brian Everett sat down. He spent about an hour with us cutting, so
nice.
He really enjoyed it.
Very good. What other shows you guys have coming up?
So we'll do the next tattoo show that we'll do is actually the Ink and Arm show in June. It's new. This will be the second year of it. Tattoo and Custom Guns. Scotty Whitaker's show.
Ink and Arms.
Yeah, Ink and Arms.
Ink and Arms. We'll be there at that.
Yeah, we actually were next to Steadfast last year, and it's kind of where we met you guys, and everything was great. So, but that was a fun show. It kind of married a little bit more of what we do. We do a lot of gun shows, a lot of knife shows. Traditionally, hand engraving was in a lot of jewelry and guns. So, marrying that with the tattoos and the guns was a no-brainer for us to go. So, and the response here has been a lot of fun.
So on the education part of it, that's a big part about what you guys do. You provide the equipment, but people can actually sign up with you, can find you guys and train?
Absolutely. So on our website, grstc.com.
grstc.com.
That's right. You can go and get a little bit more information on the courses that we offer. A course with us is 5 days. It's 8 hours a day. So it's a 40-hour course, and then we also have some open studio hours in the evenings on Wednesday and Thursday. So there's it gives you some time to really take in what you learned, and you can sit there and practice. The instructor is in there, can provide guidance where you need. But most people are going to start with a basic class. A basic class, you're going to come in, you're going to learn how to sharpen the tools. It's a very, very important part of hand engraving and learning
some of those tools.
The art. So we manufacture all of these as well. This is actually a tungsten carbide. That's a tungsten carbide graver that we make. We call it our C-Max line. They hold an edge for a long time. They'll stay really sharp. Mike likes our C-Max gravers a lot. I believe that's actually what he's using right there. But when you come to the training center, they'll teach you how to sharpen all that. It's just like anything. Like if you're trying to cut a piece of meat with a dull knife, it just doesn't work. And when you're trying to cut stainless steel with a dull graver, it's a nightmare. So it's one of the big things to get proficient in while you're there. The other thing they're going to teach you, they're going to teach you how to use the equipment. Actually, within that week, they'll even teach you how to do gold inlay.
Nice.
Some of the basics of scroll, or a lot of tattoo artists will refer to it as filigree.
Mr. Vasquez, look at the top of the feed. There's a website there for you. That's going to show you where you can buy this stuff and where you can sign up for the courses. Is that correct? You're selling the equipment as well?
Yeah, so we manufacture all of it right there in Kansas, and then we also sell everything. You can find us at grs.com. More information on the different offerings. What Mike has right here is pretty much our top of the line setup. So the Graver Mach 18 is our top end machine. It's a bells and whistles thing, really. All of our machines have the same amount of power. What you're going to get different in this, precision air regulators, and then again, Mike's using that hand control. So as he's squeezing on that, that's what's actually giving it the power. But Mike, let's switch over to the foot real quick. All we're going to do is flip that switch. It's that simple. He has a foot pedal down there, and now he's running the machine.
And that's where the tattoo artist comes in and
exactly
feels really comfortable.
Exactly. It's a seamless process, you know, just a flip of a switch, and you go from cutting with the hand to cutting with the foot pedal. So
awesome. And Mike's being very patient and letting us step in his way over and over again while he's trying to do this.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so let's look at some of the other stuff that you guys have made. Obviously, he's working on the side plate of the tattoo machine right now.
Yeah, that's a Kevin Riley machine, actually, that Kevin specced specifically for Mike for the show. Give him a little bit more room to cut around, but he's done some other tattoo machines as well. And Mike could probably answer these questions a little better. Mike, the two machines that you have here, I know they have some history to them.
So one's a copy of a Jonesy squareback, the one you got in your hand there,
Okay.
the brass one. And there's this little sculpting beginning stages for me of learning the sculpting. I did in that machine there with some tile work on the edges, just decorated it a little bit more.
Yeah, so the sculpting work that Mike's talking about there, if you can kind of get in on that, you can see where that sculpted look is going to create kind of shadow and almost make it look like a real leaf that you could even, you know, pick up.
That's great.
So that has some history to it. And then this machine, Mike?
That machine there is a Mickey Sharp's Hornet from around '92. We started its life in an orange paint color.
Okay.
I decided to embellish it with some engraving.
So you tore all the orange paint off of that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So there's a couple of...
I did the armature bar and a few other things in there just to kind of...
Yeah, so I'll pick this up here and you can kind of really see... Mike went ahead and went into kind of every nook and cranny that he could to go ahead and really make this thing
that thing's
sweet.
detailed as hell. Good job, Mike. Very cool.
So some of the other stuff Mike's worked on, you can see there's a couple of knives here with some nice traditional scroll work. On this one, he went ahead and removed that background. So with that background being removed, that's where you're going to get this this black background. That's actually material that he took out. Went ahead and shaded that up. He did that on a few of these other pieces, kind of that same single point engraving design. You can see these eye loops are the same way. These things are pretty sweet.
Man, look at that. And Mike did these?
Oh yeah, Mike did every one of these.
Holy cow.
So here's another one he did, and this thing has a lot of coverage on it.
Hold on, I'm trying to get it to
zoomed
zoom
in.
there. The glare on that one's not letting it.
It's all right.
Look at his phone case.
Yeah, iPhone case. I mean, you really can embellish anything. Anything from, you know, tattoo machines, guns, knives, motorcycle parts, car parts, phone cases, laptops, watches are really big right now. Mike engraved this, it's a Tag Heuer watch that he did, and did you need me to take it out of here? Maybe help focus. Okay.
Wow, I got the whole
So Mike has
side.
about 35 hours into this. He really took his time. This was a labor of love for himself.
That's awesome.
Sculpted again, that sculpted look here on the clasp. Gotta get that.
Wow. That's crazy detail.
Really slick work by Mike. So some stuff that, other stuff we have here, some pennies Mike did. You can see the level of detail on that.
Wow, look at that, guys.
He accomplished that obviously by working under that microscope. You guys seen him cutting under. He can really get down there and do those micro scrolls, but the amount of technique that took and the training that took is pretty cool. This is actually a piece that Mark Dupp did. He's a tattoo artist in LA. English scroll design, and he kind of went all out on this thing. Just really cut the heck out of it. So
yeah, that's amazing. And it only costs $49, and it comes with the 50.
There we go. This is what we'd refer to as a Western bright cut, but what you'll see as well, you'll see this a lot on motorcycles, car parts. This is a bright cut. So you'll go to like a lowrider show, and you'll see those guys that have absolutely every piece of the car chromed out and cut. That's how they're doing this. They're using big wide gravers and making those bright, shiny cuts on there.
That's awesome, man.
Another thing we'll show you, this is another one Mike did. We call this Bellino. So, I mean, that's like photorealism, but he went in and he made every single little cut in there to actually make it have that dark contrast in the places that you see.
Yeah.
And
with
then
the gold inlay,
it was a practice piece for Mike, but same thing with that inlay. He cut those dovetails in there. And then that's a pendant cut by Rex Peterson. He's one of our instructors. He's also a master gun engraver. That's kind of his style, that English scroll.
That's
a lot
amazing.
of people know him for that.
Beautiful work. Yeah, these necklaces or these rings. Sorry.
Yeah, and again, Mike went all out on these things, so
man, killed it. And is that all with the same equipment?
yeah, everything's done with GRS tools, pneumatic hand engraving equipment. And the other thing that this equipment does, a lot of jewelers use our equipment to set diamonds and other kind of stones, and then they'll also go in and make what they call fancy cuts on rings. They'll make nice bright cuts on them to really make those stones pop.
It's funny. Whatever you do one or two things, like if I tattoo that and post it, someone can.
And at the training center, we also do teach stone setting as well.
Nice.
So you come in for a basic course, and they'll teach you how to set prongs, bead sets, gypsy sets. And then we also have more advanced level classes where you'll start learning to set micro pave, real small precision setting. Lots of stones, lots of coverage.
Nice. Very,
very difficult stuff. But we'll teach all that stuff. They're 5-day courses.
And where is the course at again? Where's the school?
The training center is in Emporia, Kansas. And if you want to get a shot of the front of our kiosk here, that's actually one of our classrooms.
Oh, so this is the setup here, guys. If you go to this school, this is where you get to work.
So the instructor is going to sit right here. Everything that you're seeing up on the TV screens, that's being shot through his microscope or her microscope. And as they're sitting there cutting, each student's able to actually watch that technique. They're going to explain it to you. So you're not only getting hands-on, you're getting the visual portion of it as well. And then there's a lot of written material type stuff that you can take home and watch. Now each of these student benches are completely outfitted. All top of the line GRS tools, Leica microscopes, very good high-end optics, and those are sitting on the GRS Acrobat frame that we made specifically for this microscope.
Nice.
And for hand engravers and stone setters.
That's awesome. Well, what are the Facebook pages and Instagram pages so everybody can go add those up?
So you can find us everywhere. It's at GRS Tools, TOOLS, no space. Instagram, Facebook. There's all kinds of really cool videos on our YouTube page. People doing stuff just like what Mike's doing here. Some diamond setting examples. You can see some of the shows we do. So we don't just do tattoo shows. We do about 53 trade shows a year all around the world. We'll be in Basel, Switzerland here in a couple weeks doing the biggest jewelry show in the world, showing hand engraving and diamond setting there as well. Yeah, so after we're done with this, we'll go back into and respond to a lot more of these questions when we have time.
Look, Mark Williams is saying, I love my GRS tools.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Man,
really
we
cool.
appreciate our customers. Our stuff is, I can let Mike, Mike's had our stuff. We've really built a reputation on tools that last. We also have great customer service. When you call us, you're dealing with a master level engraver who knows the tools, knows the equipment. He can walk you through any questions you have. And then the other person you might reach if you need a tech support with us would be, oh man, 25 years ago and strong, Mark said. That's great.
Hey, anybody out there watching this, just to get a feedback from you guys, are any of you machiners, either professional or hobbyists, that would like to you already engrave or you'd like to pursue this? Because we're looking to connect you with these guys in any way, shape we can.
Heck yeah. And some people, stencils. So what Mike did, someone asked about how this was laid out, how the stencil was laid out. What Mike did on this one, actually, he went in and hand drew everything with a pencil and then used a metal tip scribe to scribe in all those scrolls and really get his layout set before he started cutting it and removing that metal. Here in a little bit, we'll have Mike show actually how to make some of those bigger outline type cuts. And that plate we went ahead and lasered that. Mike sent us the pattern. We lasered it on for him just for the efficiency here at the show. But there's a lot of different transfer methods out there. Some people use printer paper with laser toner ink in it, use an acetone transfer. You can draw it on using wax. There's a lot of different ways to get the design onto the metal or whatever you're cutting on.
Look, Mark made Ryan Ashley's engagement ring with it.
Oh, awesome, man.
William says he already buys from you.
Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good friend of Steadfast.
Real quick, guys. Anybody that's watching this, whether you're already a customer or just interested in your friends seeing it as well, if you could post this video on your page, that'd be rad, man. It really shows everybody what else is going on in our industry. You know, the tattoo industry is a mixed media art industry. Mike's a tattooer himself, and this just shows how art translates and transfers over into different mediums like this. So by all means, if you got friends or you know the artists that you know you think that they'd be interested, please share this on your page or post it on theirs.
Awesome. Mike, do you want to show him how to do some of those big outline cuts? He's gonna pop that machine out. We'll give you guys a good close up of this machine once he gets it out of the vise here.
Gonna kill that light a little. There we go.
Yeah, so let's get this thing over here and really give you a chance to focus and see Mike's handiwork here. We need a little more light.
Hold on, let me see why it's not grabbing this. Sorry guys, 1 second.
Let's see if I can tilt this without help.
Why isn't that going? I have no idea. Hold on.
There you go. Great. Yeah, you can see.
Look at those lines.
You can see how clean that inlay work is that Mike did.
You'll have to hit up Mike on the frame.
Yeah, all the shade lines in there, especially once you pull it out and you're using it with the naked eye and looking at it with the naked eye. I mean, that thing's just incredible.
That gold inlay is awesome. All right, so what's he gonna do now?
Yeah, so what Mike's gonna do actually is he's gonna show you how to cut some of those big outlines using the exact same equipment. Now again, he didn't adjust, no need to adjust anything on the box. He's just ready to roll. So
all right, so that's just the outline, and how is that set?
So we went ahead and just lasered that on for the show. Mike sent us the design, so we lightly lasered that to just give him kind of like a stencil to follow, but that's Mike's own artwork. So he just made that nice clean line. You could see that chip really rolling on there. We need to adjust the light on this at all. Is it picking it up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great. So again, Mike went from making those nice light cuts to now going ahead and hitting it with the outline. He using the same engraver, Mike. Mike didn't switch the tool even. Exact same tool. It has that point on there that you see. He's in there cutting those big lines. All he's doing is using a little bit of a different technique. He's using a little bit more power on the machine, and he's cutting away more material. Now to give you an idea, it looks like Mike is cutting through butter here, but that's 1018 cold rolled stainless steel. I mean, that's no joke as far as cutting through metal. You can hear the machine hammering. He has plenty more power left to give in that, but he's just buttering right through that steel.
That's awesome.
And Mike, are you pushing it all while you're doing that?
No, I'm letting the tool do it. Walk right across the metal with the hammer and get to it.
So really what Mike's doing is he's kind of just guiding the tool at the right angle and giving it some power. There's no stress on his shoulder, on his back, any of that. He's sitting in a good upright position and just really focusing and cutting these nice lines.
So how can they find you guys again? What is your website? What are your websites? And where's the location of the school?
Yeah, so GRS.com is where all the tool information is. If you guys want to buy the machine or a handpiece, it'll give you more information on kind of how the system goes together as well. And then GRSTC.com is where the training center is, and that's located in Emporia, Kansas. So it's a pretty easy flight into Kansas City, and then we're about an hour from there, or you can go into Wichita, which is a little closer to Emporia.
Very cool.
So what Mike's doing there, the question was, what is he doing? Mike's hand engraving in steel. He's actually going in and removing that metal. So you've seen people before laser etch something, or you know, people will call it laser engraving. That's they're not getting the depth and the character that Mike's able to get there. There's something really special about hand cutting anything, materials, and we're back over showing the handpiece, or the tattoo machine. That's a Kevin Riley tattoo machine that Mike's been working on this weekend.
Look at
And
this thing, guys.
what Mike's working on, he actually cut one of those earlier for us. So when it's done, that's gonna look like that.
That's awesome. Showing you guys just some of the other awesome things that Mike's worked on and this company provides. Again, this is a company that you can hit up. Their website's up at the top of the page here, and you can either acquire equipment if you're already an engraver or tooler, or you can start from scratch and learn this trade, whether a hobbyist or professional. We've seen these guys at shows for years now, and really, I can't even remember the first time I saw you guys. I want to think it was out in California or Salt Lake or somewhere crazy like that, and y'all had the setup and we played with it, and now I see you guys on the regular supporting our industry and bringing just a different level of art to it. Yes. You know, a lot of times people would have to really go outside of the loop or have to know somebody to know this type of thing goes on, but bringing this into the community is awesome. I noticed that you guys also let just random people walk up and give it a try, which is awesome. It gives the customer an opportunity to do something that, you know, you're not going to see that at a regular show. So yeah, we're glad to have you here for sure.
We're super happy to support the tattoo industry as well. And one thing that we find is, you know, people that are artists are always looking for a new medium, a new challenge within their art. And you know, you can watercolor and you can use pencil. There's a lot of different stuff out there. This hand engraving is just another tool. It's another challenge. It's another opportunity to make art, and we really appreciate that. We love to get people to come by and sit down. Some people pick it up right away. Some people struggle a little bit with it, but usually at the end of it, they leave with the appreciation for what Mike's doing and what all the other hand engravers do on a daily basis to make this art.
All right, you hear that, guys? Anybody that's here at the Detroit Motor City Tattoo Expo with us this weekend, come over here and sit down and have a shot at it. Don't be shy. What style of bit are you using, Mike?
It's a 105 angled bit with a parallel heel.
You got that, Laura?
So that's 105 degrees wide, and that's it's our C-Max. It's our proprietary blend of tungsten carbide, and we make all of those at the shop too. What?
Sharpening device for tool.
Yeah, so what Mike has here, we call it our Easy Graver fixture. Again, it's another tool that we manufacture in Kansas. And what that's going to do is you're just going to take your graver and you're going to put it in there, and it's locked in. And these holes are going to help you get these geometries. And let's see if we can get these geometries on camera. They're maybe a little subtle to pick up, but
yeah, I think we need a different background. Here,
I don't know if we'll be able to.
There you go.
So that has a 45-degree angle on it, and then that point is what's actually going into the metal, and that's what Mike's using to cut the metal.
That's awesome. Let me show you what that looks like up close, guys.
So we actually have somebody. We have Susie that just came over from Lip Candy, and she's never touched the equipment before. She's never hand engraved.
Are you going to give this a try?
We're going to give it a try.
She's going to sit down and check it out. So what I'll do is I'll walk Susie through kind of how this works, and we'll see what she thinks of.
All right, let's see what Susie does. You better impress us.
Yes, you're going to blow your guys away.
That's it. Now you like to work on teeth, so are you actually going to engrave somebody's tooth?
Oh, maybe.
That would be amazing.
Yes, it would. Maybe some gold caps, right?
There you go.
How amazing would that be? A gold cap with all this beautiful looking engraving on there.
All right, so let's check this out.
All right, so I'm just gonna throw a, I'm just putting a practice plate in here for her to cut on, and we're gonna start her out without using the microscope. Just let her get a feel for the machine. So we'll kind of move this out of the way. As far as the power on the machine goes, you're gonna hold it. If you and I were gonna shake hands, same thing. You're gonna hold it just like that, okay? And you can see the point on there. So if you want to get the screen, hold on. You can pick up that point that I'm talking about. Let me flip that over too. You can check out that point on there. That's actually what she's gonna put in the metal. So in order to give it some power, like Mike was talking about, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and pull that into your hand. That just gives you power. Go ahead and try that. Oh man, with those nails too. I'm gonna tell you what. You see those nails? What we're gonna do? It's this simple. We're gonna flip this over, turn of a button, and so we make sure her nails don't get messed up. You have a foot pedal down here that we showed you guys earlier. She's gonna run this thing off the foot pedal instead. So
right.
it's kind of a big pedal. But
she's gonna be running this engraver for her first time. She's never done it.
Again, the
GRS.com provides training and equipment for engraving. So you're seeing a one-on-one course.
What you'll do is you'll take
that's something you could participate in if you want to.
There's a line on here.
This stuff is rad, guys.
We have it up there on the screen. So you're just gonna take that point and kind of set it in the metal, almost poke it.
Okay.
And you're not gonna push, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna just give it some power. And it'll start moving. Now if you hear it hammering really hard, you're just going in at too steep of an angle so it's diving. Yeah, so if I tell you to flatten out, just drop your hand a little bit. So let's get you set up. Go and sit down. Okay. And let me move this for you. Go ahead and give that a try. Step on that, get higher, a little bit higher on it. There you go. Move it back a little bit for you. And get your foot a little higher. Great. There you go. Just go and put that in your hand, just like I showed you. Yep. Great. So you want to take your left hand and put it over here, because if you slip, you don't want to poke yourself. Okay. So go ahead. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and get that point stuck kind of in the metal a little bit. Okay. Now go ahead and give it. Oh. Yeah, get kind of pushed in there just a little bit. Okay, go ahead and give some power. Flatten your hand, flatten your hand a little bit. You feel how that kind of popped out? There's a sweet spot in between there where you'll be able to cut the line. Yep.
Again, this is her first time.
Yep, she's never touched the equipment before.
She's never tried engraving before.
Yeah, let's start a new one.
And so they're helping her get accustomed to the equipment.
A little bit,
this is a service that you can find at GRS.com. They've got all their information on their training classes to teach you how to engrave.
There it is. Perfect. Perfect. And then when you want to come out of the cut, you just have to flatten your hand, and that's going to...
He's giving her tips right now how to keep that going.
Oh, get seated again. Get your hand seated. Okay, now go ahead. Flatten that. Not more power. She's right there. She just needs to find that sweet spot, and it just takes a second. This all comes with practice. So what Susie's doing right now is exactly what Mike did about 6 or 7 years ago at a show before he got into what he does now. There you go.
How's that feel? Feels good?
I feel like 2 tries.
Yeah, see, I didn't take long. So go ahead and play around on there a little bit, and you'll kind of get the feel for it.
This is fun.
Awesome. And again, so if she really likes this and ends up having kind of fun, she can get more information about the training center. She can come out and see us in Kansas, and we'll actually teach her how to do this. it doesn't take much. You come out, you don't need to have any prior experience. You don't have to be artistic. You just have to want to do it, and we're happy to teach you. Each course is 5 days, 8 hours a day, so it's a 40-hour course, and that's out in Emporia, Kansas.
Nice.
So go ahead and get seated in there again. Yep.
I'll show you what she's working on, guys. That's a close-up of what she's doing down there.
A little more impressive.
It's a little training block so she can sit there and figure out how the equipment works. Again, this is GRS Tools and Training. This is where you can find them. These guys are here at the Motor City Tattoo Expo with us. They have an engraving booth teaching people how to do custom metal engraving. They also provide a training course that you can find at the top of this feed. Here's some of the stuff they've been working on.
So her husband Gabriel's going to sit down and give this thing a shot. So he's down here as far as power goes.
All right, now he's going to have a crack at it.
This is Susie's husband, so let's see who does better on this.
All right.
Go ahead and get a little higher up on the foot pedal. Yeah, go ahead and give it a. Go ahead and hit it.
Are you posting?
Comment. Yeah, that's it.
Comment. All
a little bit more.
asking questions about where to find it, how much it is. What'd you
Hold
think?
that, shake her, shake
Awesome.
hands.
It was pretty easy to get the machine going.
Yeah.
I just kind of, of course, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, but it was very simple for it being the first time.
Yeah.
Totally doable. You know?
Yeah, it's fun. I played with them around a little bit too, yeah. So eventually you'll have to do like gyms and do your little amulets. You'll be able to do little filigree
One
pieces.
day, if I take the course,
Yeah, exactly.
you guys will have a gold cap engraved by me.
Here, I'll give her a little gratuitous shot over there. You might be seeing her on ink really soon as well. Thank you, darling. Let's see how he's doing.
All right,
This
so
is his first time.
he's on his second cut, and he pretty much already has it figured out. All you need to do is flatten your hand out. Just
Where are
a
you
little
guys
more,
watching
and
from?
that sweet spot.
We see y'all on here with your thumbs up. Let us know where you're watching the show from. And again, we're here at the Detroit Motor City Tattoo Expo, brought to you by Eternal Ink. And we're here with GRS Tools and Training. You can find them at
There it is. That's it, man.
GRS.com. All the information is listed at the top of this post.
Yeah, so when you start out, you're starting to dig down, so just keep your hand a little flatter.
All right, this is another gentleman who's never done this before. We're giving him a little walkthrough. PA, Allentown, Reno, Chicago, Illinois.
Right there.
See you guys all shouting out. Galveston, Texas, California,
Man, from all over the place.
Florida.
So he's starting to figure it out a little bit. It definitely will give you an appreciation for the level of skill that Mike has. You know, he's really put a lot into the craft over the last 7 years, and you can tell. Yeah, you can tell by his work. I mean, Mike's a great person to ask those questions to. He met us at a show just like anybody would have met us this weekend at the Motor City Tattoo Expo. Mike met us the same way. How many years ago? 6 years ago? 2010.
2010?
At an NRA convention. And he just saw us set up just like we are right now.
I knew what I had to do.
That was it.
Tried it out.
You got hooked.
Yeah, I got hooked.
Nice.
And
man.
then tell them about you came out and took a class with us.
The class was a basic class, and then just
The 5 day? You did the 40 hours?
Continue wanting to keep learning. You know, it's addictive.
Nice. And do you do this recreationally, or do you actually make some money off of this
Some
skill?
money at it, but I'm still a full-time tattooer, so it's
Right.
my days off. It's like I'm always working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I don't call this work. This is my enjoyment.
Right.
It's
Nice.
my sanity.
Awesome, man. And if people
I get
appreciate the
lost.
work,
5
that's a
minutes.
bonus.
To me, 5 minutes is really 2 hours. But
This is what Mike's been working on.
do something for 5 minutes, I think. You know,
That is gold inlay. Tell us about how they did that inlay.
Yeah, so that's 24 karat gold inlay. And Mike, go ahead and explain to them the process of doing the dovetail cuts and the barbs, kind of the Cliff Notes version of it.
Sure. Okay. You carve a channel with the V graver, and then you have to remove the sides of the V underneath the metal so that you create a dovetail, and that creates a little anchor for the gold to sit into.
Nice.
And you can go back in with a fine 90-degree tool or something and lift little barbs up where, like the little curls that we're peeling up,
Yeah.
just the little ones, and leave them there.
Yeah.
They bite into the gold and hold it in place,
Nice.
as does the undercut.
We'll have to catch that one time too, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no,
You're gonna show us a little bit more about what you're show him working on that a little more?
Yeah, man. So give us just a second. We'll get Mike set back up, and he can start going more on those shade lines again.
Nice. He's gonna set that up for you guys. In the meantime,
people, yeah, let's look at Mike's work again.
Stuff.
So again, watches are real big right now.
Hold on, let me try and get focused.
Yeah.
All right,
there we go. So this is a tag hewer that Mike engraved. You can see he did absolutely full coverage on this thing. I know I'm kind of messing with the focus, and I apologize, but to really see every little part that Mike spent time doing, that's a beautiful sculpted look that he did. That takes a lot of time and practice, and Mike really has that. Again, the pennies always interest people, so a lot of people want to know how small you can go and how small you can cut. These are pennies. So Mike did all this work under a microscope. You could see him over there working under that scope here in a second when he gets set up. But the level of detail that's required, the art has gone to that level that the microscope is almost a no-brainer at this point.
That's amazing. That's really
and all that's done with GRS tools. We manufacture all the equipment in our shop in Emporia, Kansas.
Now, this is an iPhone case, right?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's awesome. The other thing I guess I didn't mention is if you come out for a class at our training center and you do one of those 5-day courses, we actually will walk you through the machine shop and we'll show you where everything's made. You know, we're very proud of the fact that we do manufacture everything. Our tools are being used on benches all over the world. You know, they're in Belgium, they're in Australia, they're all over Asia. But every single one of those tools was manufactured in our shop in Kansas.
100% Kansas-based shop, guys.
That's right.
If you want to support the American worker there you go.
That's what we're doing. And let me show you some of these pictures while Mike's getting set up that we have on our backdrop, and I can explain to you some of the scale. So this lion is actually done on a pendant. You know, maybe it's the size of a nickel or a quarter. So
that's the size of a quarter.
Yeah, that's level.
A blown up image, guys. That panther, aka lion or panther.
Sure, man, it's a cat. It's a big cat.
Big cat is done at about the size of a quarter.
So a lot of people want to know what these eyes are, and again, that's that gold inlay Mike was just explaining. So Jake Newell, the artist that did this, he's again one of our instructors. He teaches this style for us, what we call Bellino, and he went ahead and inlaid those eyes gold to really make that thing pop. Here again, we're going to look at more of that flare cut, that bright cut style. Real popular in Western, but it's also really popular on lowriders and motorcycles and cars. And then Todd Daniels went through and set stones in that piece as well. Again, another one of our instructors. He teaches hand engraving, but he mostly teaches stone setting courses, as well as really advanced level courses for your 15, 20-year bench jeweler. The last thing I'll show you here, this is actually on the seat of a fly rod. So, I mean, that's also no bigger than, you know, maybe a quarter. And again, all gold inlay, that's been sculpted, and they really make that trout. Bill Oyster did that, another one of our instructors. He teaches hand engraving for us. Also, he teaches the gold inlay and the sculpted look.
Again, guys, that's about the size of a nickel.
And everything, again, done with GRS tools.
Everything with GRS tools, guys.
So Mike's back to cutting over here. He's back to getting those shade lines. He's back to getting those shade lines in that Kevin Riley machine that he's been working on this weekend.
like when they got to the ring and they would look at each other. And like he wanted to
Some people may ask too what it looks like for Mike when he's under that microscope, about how zoomed in he is. Mike, I'm going to bump you real quick, so I'm going to adjust the camera. You know, he's getting in. You know, Mike may be looking at something that zoomed in, so you can see, you know, for him, that microscope's a must for when you zoom back out and you see that beautiful work that he did.
That's awesome, man.
That's how you're getting that level of detail and the level of quality that's going into what he's doing.
Why did you choose that particular machine builder for this tattoo machine side plate?
He was able to give me a greater area that was engravable,
Nice.
especially to include my inlay that I was hoping to display there.
Love it. Looks awesome, man. All right, so for the new people that just signed on, where can they find you on Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah, so you can find us. Everything is at GRS Tools, GRS Tools. Looks like we have somebody that's done some glass for lowriders. That's awesome. This is a little bit of a different process, but the results can be very similar. You'll see some guys and gals do nice big bright cuts like we were showing you for plaques for lowriders or on all kinds of different parts of lowriders or motorcycles. So that might be something that really interests you.
And as you can see, it definitely catches the attention of people passing by. And they do allow people to take a crack at their equipment, man, and talk to them about their classes. So if you see these guys at your local tattoo expo, by all means, stop by and talk to them. And other expos. Where are you guys headed next?
We'll be out in Sheridan, Wyoming, doing some shows out there. We're kind of all over the place. We'll be in Basel, Switzerland in 3 weeks for Basel World, large jewelry show. We'll again have an engraver on hand and a stone setter doing a diamond setting. So, and we're happy to show you. We want people to kind of test this thing out and kind of see what it's about before they buy anything. And it's another good reason to come out and take a class. Make sure it's something that you like before you purchase any equipment.
Hey, Justin Winsel, are you watching this right now?
Yeah, man. Justin's a big supporter of ours. He's been using our tools, making incredible jewelry for, man, a long time. I know a lot of the guys have pieces that he's done, and Justin's pretty hardcore GRS guy. We really appreciate him.
You're welcome.
I'll have to look at when we'll be in Illinois, Rodney. We definitely should be somewhere around there fairly soon. I'll have to look at our show schedule. I don't have that off the top of my hand, but if you go to GRS.com, you can actually catch our show schedule on there and see if we'll be in your area anytime soon. Every show that we'll do for the rest of the year is posted up there already.
Very good, guys. And all that information's here at the top of this feed. You can also ask us directly on that feed for any information you need from them, and they will respond back to you and give you any details that you need to get. Go give their page a follow as well, their Instagram, their Facebook, and watch these guys travel the world. They're involved in some really cool stuff. So you've got some great things like this in the tattoo industry, doing these tattoo machines, but they really provide. How many different markets do you provide for? Like, list some of the professions that utilize your equipment.
Yeah, so obviously hand engraving on stuff like what Mike's doing right now. So Mike's gonna do tattoo machines. He's gonna do guns, knives, a lot of jewelry. He'll really deck out some rings. Jewelers use our tools in just a variety of different aspects, from setting the stones to engraving. To polishing. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that can be done with our equipment. So there's a lot of markets. A lot of knife makers like to use our stuff to embellish the knives that they do. Gun makers as well. It kind of gives that extra. I mean, anybody can walk around with a cool gun, but having the level of quality, the level of detail, and the artist's work actually in that piece, that's what makes something heirloom, that's what makes something over the top, and that's a piece that you'll actually pass down through generations, and it's the work like Mike's doing here.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Devil's in the detail.
Yeah, absolutely. So check us out, grs.com, and then like I said, we're absolutely happy to train people. We'll share every bit of information we can to help get you up and running and make you the best engraver we can. And that would be at grstc.com for the GRS Training Center.
You guys got any questions for these guys? I'm sure they'd be more than happy to answer anything.
David, you'll have to check on grs.com to check out our show schedule. We should be in New York or around New York fairly soon. But go ahead and give that page a look, and we should be able to have a show somewhere around there for you. If anybody else has any other questions, we can see them rolling in here on the feed, and happy to answer them.
I think we got a potential client over here.
Man, you got to start them young.
That's it. Again, guys, we're here in Detroit at the Motor City Tattoo Expo put on by Eternal Ink. We attend this show every year. Is this pretty much a staple one for you guys too?
Yeah,
you see
man.
yourselves being here every year?
We've really loved this show. The promoter has been absolutely fantastic to us. So we'll definitely be back next year, and we'll be out at some other shows as well.
I've got an all steel straight razor.
You want to give it a shot there, Taylor?
I mean, it looks fun.
We can get you set up if you want to sit
But
down.
I feel like I'd screw it up a little bit.
Well, they're not going to let you work on that one.
Obviously.
How about one of these? I feel like, look, someone already has.
Yeah.
It's a little cut up on the back. I'll get you a new one. It has lines on it to follow. It's easy stuff. What do you think?
Why not?
Awesome. Real true. Talking about. And again, guys, this exactly is how Mike got started. You see Mike doing this incredible work. He saw us at a show. He saw us at a show in 2010 and fell in love with the product. He came out to the training center, and we helped teach Mike how to really got him on a cool career.
Nice. Yeah, this is Miss Taylor from Ink Magazine and Steadfast Brand booths. You may recognize her at a show that you were at. He's going to give her a crash course in it as well. All right, make something amazing.
All right, so
she's going to make
that's all
that iPhone case.
That's all she needs to do.
That's it, just that.
Quick and simple.
She's got it. I'll give a quick 5-minute talk and she'll get it nailed down.
Oh, Gabriel broke one. Let me get you a different one. Make sure you have a sharp tool here. I'm just gonna make a couple cuts to make sure the tool's sharp.
How's it going, guys? Alright, so again, she's going to get her training course with GRS Tools and Training on how to custom engrave.
Alright.
I'm going to show just how simple it is.
What you're going to do is, you're going to hold this like you're going to
simple to strip down, not simple to make great work.
And the power's here. Go give that a shot. Yeah. Hold it. Right?
It's super easy.
So what you're going to do is, you see that little point that's on the metal?
Yes.
So that little point, and you can see it up here on the screen too. You're just going to take that point and you're going to get it kind of seated in the middle.
Okay.
Just kind of get it a little hooked in there. Now you're not going to push it all. You're not going to. There's no need to, because the machine's going to do all the power for you.
Okay.
All you really need to do is kind of guide this, but you need to get that kind of seated in there, and then you'll just pull that into your hand and you start giving it some power. Keep your left hand down here like mine is, so that way if you slip you don't poke yourself. And other than that, I'll coach you through it. Sound good?
Because you know that's probably something I would do.
All right. So don't worry about the microscope. Kind of do that here so we keep the camera on there. So we're just we'll go ahead and move this out of your way, and give us a second. We'll adjust the camera. So what you're gonna do is, again, get that seated in the middle.
What's up, bro?
Oh yeah.
So lower your hands a little bit.
You ever done this stuff, man?
I tried it yesterday, man. I couldn't.
It's awesome, right?
He tried to get the hang out of it.
Flatten out. So it's not flatten almost all the way out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. There you go. Okay.
All right, so
you
Miss
started
Taylor
real
here
heavy and kind of dove.
Yeah.
is going to learn how to engrave
Just
right
don't
here
start
for
as
your
aggressive on your ankle.
viewing pleasure.
And
So like that?
right about right there. Flatten that hand a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. More power. That's all it is. We may have an engraver on our hands.
How'd that feel?
That's cool.
Man,
That's super fun.
that was quick. You just picked it right up. Awesome. What do you think?
I like it.
All right, let me show you what she just did. Do another one.
We'll get a little camera shot here. Let me adjust this just a little bit. You can see a little bit more of what you're doing.
All right, again, Taylor's here with GRS Tools and Training, and she is learning how to custom engrave. This is part of what this company provides, not only the equipment, but the training. So they're here at the Motor City Tattoo Expo with us. They're letting her have a crack at it. I'll show you up top what they've got her doing. Look at those cuts. Look at that.
Man, and that's her first time ever doing this. She's never touched it before.
That's her first time. See, all those times sculpting those eyebrows built you up.
Man, that's impressive. And Taylor, I mean, was that hard or?
No, not at all. It's super easy.
Just a couple
I
cuts
like
and you
it.
picked it right up.
Yeah.
Look, now she wants to play more. She's loving it.
Exactly. She's gonna have to go back to work, but yeah, she's like, no, I'll just stay here.
He said no, she has to go back to work.
She's gonna like, no, I'm just gonna stay here all day. What do you think?
I like it.
Awesome.
It's super fun.
Want one for the house?
It's really easy too.
Not even using a microscope.
Yeah, you come see us at GRS and at the training center, and man, you already have the touchdown. So we'll teach you how to sharpen the tools and how to use the equipment a little bit, and you'll be an engraver in no time.
I like it. Super fun.
Awesome. Look, she doesn't even want to go back to work.
I know, right? Go ahead, you can do another couple cuts.
No, I don't want to go to work anymore either.
We find that
Let me
a lot
show you
of
what she's
people start doing this, and it's kind of, it's almost like a form of meditation for some people. They just get lost in what they're doing and really love it. So.
I like it.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you get too deep?
I think I did.
That's okay.
Sorry guys, gotta plug back in, there we go.
Awesome.
Alright, cool.
Fun?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I like it.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was fun.
Welcome. Awesome. Well, cool.
That was good.
So if you wanna check out some more information on the school, you can go to grstc.com. Our whole training schedule's on there, as well as grs.com. You can figure out learn more about the tools, everything that we offer, and a lot of people for a long time have wanted to know how to do this. It's always been kind of a secret, but we're absolutely happy to teach anybody. We want people to really enjoy this.
Well, yeah, you want people to maintain these skills that would be lost otherwise. You don't want everything to be just automated. So getting in here. Yeah, that happens.
No, it's great. And this was all done. This is all done by Mike Siderio, and everything was done by hand. This isn't. Let me move this one so they can get a better look at it. This isn't laser work. You know, this is all hand done. It's adding quality to it, and we're kind of seeing a a resurgence of handmade things, and people are really appreciating that.
We noticed that as well in all of our markets. People are really, while the convenience is nice in life, people really do miss the handwork. Whether it's woodwork, metalwork, glasswork, artisans are definitely having their day right now.
Lewis, for some more information and for pricing on everything, you can see how the whole package comes together, and check that pricing out on GRS.com.
Check out these pennies, guys.
Her name's like, what is her name?
Those are awesome.
Here, I got one out of the case for you. Cut that
glare out.
Glare out.
Right. Look at that work. That's finally a penny that's worth more than it costs to make it. That's amazing. And for all you artists out there, all you tattooers, they get a kick out of this one. Look how badass that is. All right. Again, we're going to do one more wrap up, just let you guys know what you were looking at this whole time. We're over here at the GRS Tools and Training booth. They're at, is this something you provide at all the shows you do?
Yeah, so every show that you'll see us at, we have a full setup like this for people to sit down and try it just like Taylor did. We want people to get this thing in their hands and realize that this is something that's attainable. If you want to get a shot of the front of the machine, some people kind of ask about what that is. That's what's running the speed and everything. There's an air compressor in the back that's coming through that. Air's being regulated in here, speed's being set, and then that's actually going in here to the spring and the piston to actually create that. So you can find all of the information on all the different machines that we make and the different tools. Again, GRS.com. And then if you're interested in learning hand engraving or stone setting, GRSTC.com is in the GRS Training Center.
Very good, man. Well, we're really happy to have you here on Inked. We really like to show everybody what else is being done in our industry and industries related to art. Again, guys, feel free to share this on your page and tune in next time. We expect more interesting things from these guys. I want to do some jewelry work with you. Hopefully, just keep expanding on it. Maybe we'll end up showing up at the school one day.
Heck yeah, man. We'd love to have you.
All right. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.